It's nice to be back here. I guess this is where you originally were rehearsing chess, right?
Yeah, Open Jar. They're great studios right in Midtown, right in the area. Yeah, we rehearsed chess here. We rehearsed Moulin Rouge here when we opened. We rehearsed Moulin Rouge here to reopen after the pandemic. So yeah, lots of memories in these rooms.
We're bringing you back through a bit of history.
Yeah.
How's the show going right now? I know you said you were in a groove.
The show's great. We opened in November. It takes a little bit of time, right? You have to figure out, especially a show like this that's really difficult. You kind of have to figure out how to navigate yourself through the 8-show week and the challenges of that. But then also I think, I like doing long runs of shows because you really learn so much about the show. And I don't know, I feel like right now, like the last couple weeks, I feel like my body and my voice feel really good doing the show every night. And I'm like, oh yeah, now I think I know what the show is, right? It takes 4 or 5 months, but no, it's in a really great place. And I think across the board, we're just, we're clicking,
What is the show now that you know the show? How do you feel like it's different than maybe when it opened in November?
For my character personally, right, I'm playing somebody that is dealing with mental health issues, and that's been a lot of the work that I've done and thought about, and kind of how to make that as real as possible, and not just play at it. I've really wanted to make it accessible, and there's been a similar experience I had when I did Next to Normal. There's been some people that have seen the show that have kind of said afterwards, your portrayal of, I have bipolar syndrome, your portrayal is so interesting and appreciated, and those things really mean a lot. And that's the experience we had a lot with Next to Normal, of people coming in and saying, that's my family. And I think for the show, what's been fascinating is we started rehearsal here, and a lot of the themes and things that Danny wrote about were holding mirror up to the world and geopolitical struggles, and this kind of our whole world being on a knife's edge a little bit. And then, of course, as we've done the show over the past 5 months, those things have become, terrifyingly more and more relevant and apparent. Before it was like we were kind of subtly hinting at this stuff, and now as the show's gone on, it's become kind of even more in your face. And I think that's amazing, because I think that, good art that I want to be a part of and that I want to see holds a mirror up to the society in a great way, and people that come to the show to have a good time leave thinking about something else. So the show has taken on a really interesting depth.
How do you make those roles like that, especially when you're talking about something with mental health? Because I don't know if you're doing that, but at the same time you're thinking, well, I want to make sure that I'm so respectful of the people that might be sitting in the audience.
Yeah.
Like, I've been dealing with this for 20, 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
How do you do that? How do you get to that place for yourself as a character and as an actor?
Lots of research, just kind of to specifically hone in on what I thought my character was struggling with, and then of course how those different struggles present themselves. I think the way that it's kind of gone mostly is, every show you do as an actor, you're supposed to approach the material, learn the show, and then kind of throw it all out the window and just listen every night and see however you're feeling, how you're reacting to each moment. That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But it kind of doesn't always happen that way, right? You kind of get locked into what you do. But I've really tried to commit to really just listening and to be in the moment as possible. And I found that the more I do that, it actually lends to this guy's unpredictability.
I think it's really incredible, especially at this day and age where we have so many just distractions as people. When I see you on a stage and just really living in that place, I think it's remarkable, because I wonder if it's gotten harder in time to feel so focused and be so clear and really listen.
Well, that's a very great point. I think the whole phone, internet, everything is just terrible. And I wish we could just like pull the plug and it could be like 1985 or 1995. But that's not gonna happen.
I miss those times.
I know, but we're way past that. But at the show, for instance, I try to stay off my phone, I'm not really on my phone all the time, but because you have 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, backstage or in your dressing room, it's very easy to just like, oh, let me just open up this and scroll away for no reason. So I try to make a real concentrated effort, and so basically I read backstage, So
I'm sorry, what was that?
I read
you do what?
between scenes, yeah. And I've been doing, I have a almost 17-month-old at home, so I basically have been I've been rotating between like a book for me, a parenting book, a book for me, a parenting book. So I've read a couple books so far, but
I'm happy.
but that keeps me really focused and present,
Yeah.
you know, because it's very easy to step off stage and pick your phone up and just be bombarded with all of this stimulus. But I think, you know, there's something to what you're saying, is that it's harder to really stay focused, and for us to stay focused for that time, but also the audience. I mean,
Yeah.
because I mean, theater is maybe the last place where people really put their phones away. You
Yeah.
know, you can't go to a movie now and not have people with their phones out or texting or on the phone or filming, right? So, you know, minus the filming that isn't supposed to happen but happens in the theater,
Yeah.
people really aren't on their phone. So it is one of the last kind of sacred spaces where people turn that thing off and put it away. And you know, we go on at least for an act by act thing.
Right.
For an hour.
Until there's intermission,
you're
unless
focused.
it's a play.
Yeah, exactly.
One night in Bangkok makes the heart man humble. Not much between despair and ecstasy.
The score and the music in the show, can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, the score and the music are the things that really hooked me with chess. When I switched to studying musical theater in college, I didn't know many musicals. I kind of knew the 4 shows that I did in high school and the 5 or 6 shows that I'd gotten to see on Broadway at the time. And I had friends that just threw cast albums at me. And chess was one of the ones that they threw at me. And I just thought the music was incredible. And much like everyone who's been a fan of this for 4 decades, there's something about this music that people just really, you know, hone into and resonates with them. And it did for me as well. But also, you know, the music's so difficult that when I was in college, it was one of those things that nobody sang any of the songs from chess. It was like, yeah, this is good to listen to, but you can't sing it because it's way too hard. So I really never imagined doing it, because I think I had that, you know, ingrained in me that like, oh yeah, chess is great, but it's really hard. I always ask people when they come backstage, did you know about the show? Or what did you know, did you know anything about the show? And basically, for the most part, it's 2 versions. It's either they know way too much about the show or nothing about the show.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
so the audience reactions to the numbers, I think, are twofold. There's people that love this music and want to hear it and are having this experience. They're finally hearing it live. They've probably never seen a production before. And you know, it's Nick and Leah, and right, it's just so amazing. And then there's other people who are just really going on the emotional journey of the show and hearing these numbers for the first time and reacting. So it's this kind of twofold reaction that happens, but it's thrilling, and you know, it's the thing you get addicted to being on stage. It's like that energy that you get from the audience reactions. So it's been amazing.
And you have some incredible things happening off stage as well.
Yes.
Back at home, congratulations.
Thank you.
On everything.
Thank you.
On your family, on your marriage.
Thanks.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
It's been an incredible couple years. I got married last year. We had a baby last November, so she's almost 17 months, and so this is the first show that I've done where I've, you know, been married and been a father. It's been the most incredible perspective, and you know, I'm very grateful that I love what I do for a living, right? And when that happens, it can tend to be all-encompassing, and it's you can hold it really tight. But having a daughter and the family at home has allowed me to hold this a little looser, and I mean that in a really good way. You know, it's not that I'm not working as hard, because I actually find the time that I have is so valuable that I'm much more focused and can work really hard in the times that I'm in this building rehearsing, but then I get to go home and just leave it, right? And it's been really nice to leave this here and go home and then realize like, oh, yes, this matters, but all of this stuff really matters.
Taking this on alongside other parents too that understand the lack of sleep, but understand the appreciation.
I think that's exactly it. It's just funny. You know, you go from being 20, 21 years old on tour with a bunch of 20-year-olds doing a show and having, you know, that's its own animal, to then you're on stage with, you know, other people who we all have kids. You know, I mean, Nick and Leah, I think we have 5 kids under 5 between the 3 of us. All of us knowing that we're all in the same situation takes so much pressure off of it.
Yeah.
That we know we can walk in, and if we had a rough night or a rough morning or a challenging day, that we don't have to be anything else than that, right? Because the other 2 people would be like, you know what, we got you today. We're gonna lift you up. So there's been such a such a support between the three of us. And I think understanding, just being able to look at someone and realizing like, oh yeah, I know that face, I know what's going on. So it's been amazing, and it's been amazing for the three of us all to share that.